The Grand Rapids Griffins take 13 games to lose in regulation, with a hot start of 12-1-0-1.
Welcome to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast.
Welcome back to the Griffins Pipeline Podcast. We are a podcast brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network. We are sponsored by DraftKings, and I'm one of your hosts, Connor.
I am the other host, Kyle. We're a show brought to you by the fans for the fans. We're not officially partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins or Detroit Red Wings. We bring this show as a fan perspective on Griffins hockey, and man, has it been good this year.
Yeah, Griffins have been tearing it up there on the ice. They've been looking great. Amazing starting record of 12-1-0-1. You can't ask for any more from the Griffins. I mean, this is the best start in the franchise's history in the 30-year mark. 30th year of Griffins hockey is the best one to start.
I don't want to say different from the last seasons, but it seems like Dan Watson's coaching and the players that we have acquired have finally come to a T here, and we are seeing some great hockey played out in Van Andel and across the league. Griffins obviously leading the division with this hot start, and nobody's really that close with the limited amount of games the Griffins have played. So, like we said, great start to the season. Just got to keep this going. Got a good matchup with the Charlotte Checkers this weekend. Really kind of showed us around the league. Another hot team to play, and we saw our first loss of the season. And it was very interesting to see some very competitive hockey.
I think the Griffins could have a really good chance this year at a deep playoff run and a chance at a cup if they stay good. Obviously, the trade deadline will dictate whatever happens, but I think we'll be getting some dudes from across seas or at the end of the seasons when they finish out their seasons, and I think we'll have a nice roster for the playoffs too.
Yeah, I agree. And those adjustments, some of those adjustments are going to have to be made through form of injuries. I know Soderblom just got placed on IR, so looks like Gustafsson gets the call up, and some of these changes are going to be made like that. Gustafsson's made such a huge impact for the Griffins so far this season, and the next man up is going to have to step up and play. So we'll see how this goes. We hope everything lines up. We know Dan Watson can coach them into it. So, like Connor said, I'm hoping for a nice long run this year. And with some of those injuries, some additional players will be needed. So we went out and signed Nolan Moyle, a player that came from the University of Michigan, New York born, but came out of the University of Michigan and the NCAA, ended up playing 2 years in the KHL afterward. And Toledo Walleye ended up signing him to start the season. And the Grand Rapids Griffins have offered him a PTO. And it was kind of weird because he was released from the Griffins and then brought back to the Griffins. So looks like someone that they want to keep around a little bit.
So this summer we had an episode about Jacob Truscott. We talked to Al Randall, the voice of Michigan hockey. That was a real good one. And he was a captain of Michigan, and actually Nolan Moyle was a captain before Truscott. So that's a really good addition, and you'd like to see them maybe bring some chemistry here and play on a line together maybe.
Yeah, and it was good because Jacob Truscott was the assistant captain to Nolan Moyle. So yeah, bringing that chemistry back. Got to see these players out of Michigan coming and playing for Grand Rapids. So Nolan Moyle will be wearing number 27 out there. Keep your eyes out for him. And then we have Sebastian Kosa returning from injury, which is all good news. We still are waiting for news on Michael Pastava, but having Kosa back will take a lot of the load off Carter Geilander, who has been playing great. So good to see Geilander step up when needed.
We have Carter Mazer and Shai Boom still injured, still not playing. we'll let you know when we know more.
Yeah, and on top of that, John Leonard and Amadeus Lombardi both sat out in that last game for the Charlotte Checkers and still managed to come up with a win. So good resilience by the Griffins there. So we can go ahead and get into the standings and the stats so far this year. We'll start off in the division where we have Grand Rapids leading the way. Connor, you want to cover the division?
Yeah, so Grand Rapids has a nice 5-point lead on the whole entire division. Obviously, we said before 14 games, 12-1, 0-1, 25 points in first place. Second place, you got the Manitoba Moose with 20 points. In third place, you got the Milwaukee Admirals rising up with 20 points. So those two are tied for second. In fourth place, Rockford, they got 18 points. Fifth place, Chicago with 17 points. That would be the last playoff team if the playoffs were to start today. And then Texas Star in sixth place with 12 points, and Iowa Wild in seventh place with 11 points. So Griffins, great start.
Then we can look at the AHL, look around the league, what's going on. We have the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins on top, number one in the league with 13 wins, and they'll have 27 points. Number two will be Providence Bruins with 26 points. Grand Rapids Griffins and Colorado Eagles are tied at 25 points, and Laval Rocket with 24 points, tied with Lehigh Valley, also with 24 points.
So yeah, Griffins have played the least amount of games on all these. If you look at the games played, you got the Penguins got 18 games played, the Providence Bruins got 16. Everywhere else is like 16, 17 in these top 10, and the Griffins there with 14 only. So we have less games played, and we're still in the upper tier in the top 5 for points. So
yeah, and we are definitely Flow Hockey's number one team to watch right now. We can go ahead and move into the AHL point leaders. We'll jump around here, see who's leading the league. So in first place in the AHL, 4 points, we have Laurent Dauphin from the Laval Rocket with 21 points. We have Brett Seeney from the Rockford Ice Hogs with 20 points, followed by rookie Nick Lardis for the Rockford Ice Hogs with 18 points. And the next 4 or 5 players all have 18 points. So Martin Ferk from the Calgary Wranglers, ex-Griffin, Yager Fergus from Coachella Valley Firebirds, Jacob Pelletier from Syracuse Crunch, and Philip Doust from the Belleville Center. So we can go to goals now. We have, of course, yours truly in only 11 games, John Leonard still leading the AHL with goals. We have Archer Kalayev from the Belleville Senators with 10 goals. Laurent Dauphin from the Laval Rocket with 9 goals, tied with Nick Lardis, Martin Ferk, and the rest of the league.
Logan Morrison, Tristan Nielsen, Taylor Ward, Daniel Gushin, and Jared Davidson all with 9 goals. So there's only scored around the AHL. Let's just say the pucks are hitting the net.
So then we can dive into Grand Rapids. We'll go into points where John Leonard is leading the Grand Rapids Griffins in points still. Amadeus Lombardi with 17 points. Number 2, Amadeus Lombardi with 14 points. Dominic Shine with 11 points in 11 games. Number 4, Sheldon Dreiss and Tyler Engel, both with 9 points. So that's your top 5 for Grand Rapids Griffins, or for points.
So for Grand Rapids, we have John Leonard with 11. He's leading the league also, like we mentioned before. We have Dominic Shine with 6, tied with Edwards Trelmox with 6. In fourth place, we have Sheldon Dries, tied with Austin Watson. Carter Mazer still with 5 games played. 6 points for 5 games with Carter Mazer. So hoping he can recover from that injury and come back, because clearly I think he would be bringing this team to another level if he was here.
And then just real quick, we're going to go over the Grand Rapids Griffins goalies. Sebastian Kosa with a 1.67 goals against average. Truly remarkable. With a 0.94 save percentage, having a stellar season in 6 games so far. And we have Carter Geilander, who has stepped in relief of the 2 main goalies here. We have a 2.02 goals against average and a 0.92 save percentage for Carter Geilander. Again, stellar numbers for stepping in for these other 2 highly respected goalies.
He won 3 out of his. Yeah, he's won 3 out of his 4 games. And then we got Michael Pastava, playing 5 games, winning 4 games. You got a 2.15 goals against average and a 0.936 save percentage. So all good. So like up in the 90s save percentage and below 2.5, they all look great with only 1 loss on each of them.
Yeah, for having 3 goals on there, those are stellar numbers here. So that should do us for standings and stats. We can go ahead and get into DraftKings.
Spinoramas, Michigan goals, a sprawling save across the crease. Live and breathe all the highlight moments with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age. Eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer. Copyright NHL 2025. All rights reserved.
And we are back. So now we reach our next segment, hot and cold. We like to pick a fiery hot player and a icy cold player. For hot, we pick a player who's fiery hot, who's just blown it up, played beyond expectation.
So for cold, we pick a player who is maybe going through a little bit of a slump, just not quite hitting the mark where they should be, and we just want to put a little fire behind them. So for hot, we have Amadeus Lombardi, who has managed 3 goals and 5 assists in the month of November. He started out October with a whole bunch of assists. I believe he had 6 of them in just October, and now the goals are starting to come along. So he's looked really good this season. He's second on the team in points in 13 games. So looking good for Amadeus Lombardi. He's as hot as ever.
Yeah, he's been looking real good out there. He hasn't been the biggest goal scorer, but he's out there making really good fast dekes and really cool moves on the stick, and he's got a lot of assists. He's got 11 assists.
Yeah, and the +8 is looking really good. It's a huge improvement from what he had in past seasons. So hopefully that continues. It shows a definite improvement in his 2-way play.
So for cold, we have Alex Doucette. He doesn't have a point in November so far. He's kind of was put in a role last year. There was a point where we had some injuries, and he actually got a little bit of first-line minutes there last year, and you kind of hope for something. He scored like a 40-goal season back for the Moosehead before he came to the Griffins last year. So it's like they were trying to unlock that. As of right now, he's not getting any points. I think he has a really high potential underneath him, and I just think he could do a lot better.
Yeah, you saw it when they started in October. He had 2 goals there, but it's just been a minute. I feel like his ice time has dropped just a touch with some of the veterans that are playing out there. Obviously, you can only play so many veterans a night, but it seems like Doucette has just kind of been pushed to 3rd line, 4th line. So just would like to see him get back on the scoreboard. get a little more ice time, find himself in those special teams positions, and get Dan Watson's trust a little more.
So we're going to do a random number generate and let's randomize it. And I see we have number 4. Ante Tuomisto.
Yeah, Tuomisto has looked pretty good so far. I can't say he's red hot fire, but he's doing well. He's leading our, other than the veterans, he's one of the, it's hard to call him a prospect anymore either, but he's been a steady Grand Rapids player for us.
Ante Tuomisto, I think he's played really good. I think he's, like Kyle said, he's a little more of a prospect at this point. I feel like his window to get on the Red Wings is now or never, and I feel like it's just a crowded room. I'm not saying he'll never make the Red Wings. I feel like he'll get a taste. I feel like the Red Wings organization will give him a call up at some point, or he won't. It's you never know.
So with Ante Tuomisto, we're looking at 1 goal for 4 assists with 5 points. He's at a +6, looking good as a defenseman. And yeah, like you said, his time's just running a little thin. I think he's got great opportunity here in Grand Rapids to build on this, but it's just a jam-packed room of veterans above him with Gustafson and Lagesson and Justin Hull that are also ready to go back up to the Red Wings. So yeah, they just might be here in Grand Rapids as a steady force for a little bit, which I am 100% okay with. I'm sure he wants to get up to the big club, but like I said, until some trades are made, I think Tuomisto will be down here in Grand Rapids.
I know he said it 100 times, but he was the pick after Moritz Seider, and I'd like to keep him in the organization. He's got a laser beam of a shot, and he can clear the net a little bit better than he's done in previous years. He's pretty good all around. Just gotta let guys get behind him. When sometimes he'll get, if a guy gets behind him, I feel like he can be burnt that way. But other than that, I feel like he's a solid defenseman, and if I think he sticks around the organization, that someday there might be an opportunity for him to come in on an injury or that, and then have opportunity to impress the Red Wings.
Yeah. For now, I think he absolutely fills the role as a first-line, second-line defenseman for the Grand Rapids Griffins here, and I look forward to him building on that. Yeah, so that should wrap us up for hot and cold. We can get into Griffins earning the Red Wings.
So in this segment, we like to talk about some of the Rapids Griffins having success NHL, or some of the Grand Rapids Griffins who are about to get their first taste of the wing wheel, earning their wings. But in today's episode, we're going to talk Eric Gustafson. See, and a little bit of Nate Dogg. We did Danielson last week, but we're going to mention him too because he's up there, scores goal and everything, so he's looking really good. But today we're going to talk about Eric Gustafson coming down, being a solid NHL, playing a lot of games up there in the NHL, getting sent down after a lackluster year for the Detroit Red Wings last year. But what we've seen from him in Grand Rapids, he's come down. He's been professional about being down here when he's obviously way too good for the AHL. I mean, dude has a great attitude, and Ion Gustafson gets the call back up to the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, and good news for him. He's been a great leader down here for us. So, I mean, there's a good chance that he regains his spot up back on the Red Wings and just doesn't need to come back down, which at this point might be a bummer for the Grand Rapids Griffins with how good he has done for us down here. But Gustafson, for the Grand Rapids Griffins in 10 games, has put up 8 assists and has been a +7, so just a reliable, steady force. And yeah, happy to see his name get called back up to the Red Wings because that's where he wants to be. So we'll talk a little bit about some Nate Danielson. The guy finally gets called up to the Detroit Red Wings after a stellar rookie season and manages a goal early, very early on in his career for the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, he looked really, really good doing it too. he then he got a deflection off of him, and then he actually looked really good on a second goal that got called back due to an offsides. But he came down and he made a really good move while like flying midair, shot it, and really good goal by Nate Danielson. And we might not ever see him down at the Griffins again, or we will. So there, he's playing really good right up. He could keep MBN down for longer.
Yeah, what was really interesting was the benching of Marco Casper the other day, as he's struggled early on in this season for the Detroit Red Wings. So, the arrival of Nate Danielson could kind of cut into some of that time if Casper got benched. Hopefully a learning lesson from Todd McClellan.
Yeah, so that should pretty much wrap us up for Griffins earning their wings for this week. And then think we're gonna get right into the penalty box to finish off the episode. Welcome to the penalty box. In this segment of the episode, we like to end on a fun note, and it's our only chance to step out of hockey, but we usually just talk about hockey. We got the biggest idiot of the week. We throw him to the box for a 2-minute minor, 4-minute double minor, 5-minute major, or a game misconduct. Kyle, who are you throwing into the penalty box?
Well, for me today, it is going to be the entire city of Grand Rapids. I just think this was very poorly planned, that we are going to have this Griffins game with the Shine bobblehead. We're also going to have the tree lighting at Rosa Park Circle. We're also going to have the Christmas parade in town, and everything's going to start at the same time. There was multiple other events going on too, all starting at the same time. So getting down to the Van Andel, I don't know if you're coming from the northeast part of Grand Rapids, good luck. I mean, we were stuck in traffic, circling through, just trying to find a route, which, Google Maps, not a big help. So it was a disaster. Ended up taking 2 hours to get 30 miles, and just probably would have been better off walking to the game. So we'll go 5-minute major.
Yeah,
because there was so many people stuck in that line with me. I'm sure they all understand.
Should be a little better playing with the city, but yeah, have fun in the box. I'm gonna throw into the boys who won't let you pass at 35, the 35-mile-per-hour boys. So let's say you're in a hurry, you're going somewhere, it's a 55 mile per hour. You come up behind someone going 35 miles an hour. They're just sitting there texting on their phone, not paying attention. So, you gotta be somewhere. You pass them. These guys will either see that you're passing them, they will start drag racing you and try to not let you pass, or they'll bright you with their brights, which I don't get. It's like, if you don't want people to pass you, then don't drive slow. And if you planned on going fast after you changed your song, then just pass me again. I won't care. I'm not going to go chasing after you. If you're actually going to go faster than me, then pass on, man. Pass away.
Yeah, I think that's
But
the biggest part
no
of the
need to
problem.
bright me when I pass you.
I think it's crazy that people are, they think they own the road, but hey, we're all trying to get somewhere at the end of the day. If we all work together, we can all get there quicker. And going 35 just means the person behind me is going to be up my butt if I don't go faster. So yeah, an easy pass to get some clearance, some room, some free space. Like, we don't need to fight about it.
So please, decent human being, and let me pass. And don't bright me, please.
Yeah, and just don't go 35 and a 55.
Have fun in the box. Yeah, go the speed limit in general. So yeah, 2-minute minor. Have fun in the box.
So that should close us up for the day. In the future, we have, who do we got on the list for?
We travel to Texas and we play the Texas Stars on Tuesday. November 25th, and Wednesday, November 26th. Those games will be at 8 p.m.
So after we meet up with Texas, we will have a Friday game at the Van Andel Arena. This will be Teddy Bear Toss night. $2 beers, $2 hot dogs, and that will be Iowa Wild at 7 p.m. And then on the 30th of November, we get the 30-year anniversary celebration. Again, Iowa Wild. This one will be a 4 p.m. game. So there will be a poster giveaway. And make sure you get down there for that one.
Go Griffins.
Go Griffins.
Thank you for listening to the Griffins Pipeline podcast. If you enjoyed the show, give us a 5-star review. We are part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We are not partnered with the Grand Rapids Griffins, Detroit Red Wings, or Toledo Walleye. We are not experts. We are just die-hard fans looking to make a community with others alike. Let's go Griffins Nation. Join the fun, like and follow us on Facebook and X, or call into the show and have your opinion heard 1-616-319-1175. Thank you. Grand Rapids Griffins, Toledo Walleye, and Detroit Red Wings. Players, coaches, websites, and social media. Thank you AHL.com, NHL.com, ETL.com, EliteProspects.com, and anyone else putting out information on the teams. Until next time, go Griffins. Go Red Wings, go Walleye.